If your fashion sense is not up to par, if you're not popping, if you do not look like that girl, guess what? You need to have women of color as friends. You need your circle to include more women of color. Yes, everything I said sounds stupid. It does not make sense, but it does make sense to people on TikTok. A creator by the name of Haley made a video asking for style tips. She had a tennis event she had to rush to, and today I'll be reacting to that video. I'll be reacting to the comments. I will also just be telling you what I think, how I feel about what people had to say. Let's get into it.
My name's Haley, and I'm a professional tennis player, and I'm in Charleston, and there's a player party tonight. Please help me decide what to wear. This is option 1 with kitten heels. Okay, please ignore my hair. I promise it'll get done later. This is option 2 with the green New Balances. It's giving cool. It's giving casual. I also don't know if it's supposed to rain, so that's kind of going into my decision making, but option 2. Okay, please help me decide. I have literally 30 minutes, maybe less.
I actually dress like this a lot. I know. Do not judge. I dress like this a lot. I like it. It's very comfortable. It's very neat. I feel it's classy. You may not, and that is okay. People not respecting that even when it comes to fashion, people are still going to be individuals and they're going to like what they like. Let's talk about it. One comment reads, "You said you have 30 minutes. How are you going to do your hair that fast?" And somebody replies, "And the headband on her head is her hair being done." And somebody else says, "Where is the hairband?" And we get a laughing emoji. I hate people talking about people's hair this way, especially when they have curly or coily hair, because it's just people who feel a way about people's hair being curly and coily. Anyway, people just feel like it should not be shown in its natural state. They do not like the puffiness of it. Listen, I'm going to say this. I hate people acting like there isn't a point where one can see curly or coily hair isn't really done. Like somebody did not put effort into it. I do not feel like that person is being texturous. I do not feel like everybody who feels that way is being anti-black. I believe this girl might be biracial. I do not know. But anyway, I do not feel like people are particularly being textures of being anti-black at that point. But, see, I do feel like people are very strict when your hair is not straightened, when your hair, you don't have a proper silk press and all of that. People are acting like this hair, it will be very hard to do. She can just tie it up a different way in the car. She can just, wear it as is. I feel like it's messy in a cute way, in my opinion. Some people do a messy bun. To me, this is the equivalent of that. Some people like having messy looking hair. This is the Black Lively of hair to me, okay? Her hair does not look that bad to me. Some people don't like the messy look, but it looks good to some people, for some people. I don't know. Look crazy. I don't care. I don't care. Just be comfortable wearing it. Be confident. I'm not gonna come at you. Stop commenting on people's hair. If they did not ask, she did not ask for comments on her hair. She did not. So give it a rest. Let's go to the next comment. Somebody says, "Is your mom white?" I find this comment disturbing. I'm sorry, I know that there are a lot of people who have this theory, the white mom, black dad theory, that mixed individuals with white moms are just unhinged, they just made different, they are more hateful, that they are just more chaotic. I don't like that. I do not like that one bit. I feel like it is very misogynistic. I know. I do feel like a lot of the times, I know a lot of people see it as a comparison between white moms and black moms, and I understand that. And I feel like a lot of people frame this like it is a comparison between the two, but I do feel like in a way it is comparing white women to white men. Like having a white father is just better. Man, sir, girly, no. I feel like that is not fair. I feel like there are a lot of mixed children with white fathers who are very problematic, and I feel like we just feel like biracial people with white moms are more problematic, because I feel like it is more likely for a biracial person to have a white mother. I feel like it is very likely for a biracial person to have a black dad, because black men are more likely to be in interracial relationships. Therefore, it is more likely for a biracial individual to have a white mom and a black father. father in the black community, then you would have a biracial person with a black mother and a white father. I feel like if there were more biracial people with white dads and black mothers, we would see the same thing. I don't like this being said because I also feel like if that did happen, people will sort of put pressure on black women to be perfect and to showcase that their mixed children are just more put together. And I feel like that's not fair. A lot of people will say, no, black women are better at teaching their children. It's not just about parents. Sometimes your environment, the world, society, we live in a very racist, very patriarchal, oh my English, patriarchal, oh no, let's not do it. But we live within a system. Let me just put it like that I can handle. But yeah, we do. And I feel like it is very easy for children to be influenced by the outside world. I had parents, okay, no, I didn't. I did not have good, loving parents. But let me say this. I had somewhat of a supportive family, but I was very much influenced by the outside world. A lot of my insecurities, a lot of the reasons why I did not feel good about myself, it had to do about encounters I had at school, encounters I had with people who lived in my neighborhood, and all of this and all of that. I feel like this is not fair because if there were biracial children with black moms who didn't particularly put in that work for any reason because they did not have time and all of this and all of that, people would use this as an excuse to hold them up to a very, very high standard. I don't like that. I don't like this. It is about being raised a certain way, and I feel like whether you have a white mom, a black mom, who they are as individuals, what work they put into raising you, that is what matters. And I feel like people are seeing that even with this situation, because a lot of people are saying, no, her mom is black, which shows that, yeah, it's not a white mom thing. And I don't even get why people need to pathologize her this way, like to figure out what race her mom is over outfits. But let's be honest, I'm not that fashionable. A lot of people don't feel I'm that fashionable, and that is okay. I have a black mom, I have a black dad, and I don't owe people that. I don't have to be super fashionable to be black. I'm sorry, I don't have to be. That is not on me. All right, there are very fashionable black women, and I hate people acting like black women cannot look proper even with simple fashion. Is it simple fashion or more classy fashion? Or let me put it like that, yes, more classy fashion. But there are a lot of black women who kill it, a lot of black women who don't need to do a lot to, give a lot. And I love that we do not have to be bold. Sometimes the classy look, we can rock it, we can kill it even with that look. So there are a lot of fashionable black women. I am not one of them. To a lot of black women, that is, a lot of black women actually don't like my fashion, but a lot of black women don't like it either. I just do not think being black comes with being fashionable. I think being black comes with, it comes with being black. It depends on you, the individual, your environment, and everything else. Somebody else is also saying, oh, your friend's white, ain't it? Somebody says the point of this comment is, and yes, what is the point of this comment? So what if she only has white friends? I don't think there's a problem with that. I don't think that influences your fashion sense. Again, there are a lot of black people whose fashion I don't get, and they all have black friends. I only have black friends, and people don't get my fashion. What does this have to do with anything? And somebody says, after seeing the comments, I wouldn't falter. And I have an issue with people saying that as well. People feeling the need to group black people in together, to lump us in together, especially when it comes to things like this, when it comes to being rude or mean. It's very problematic to me, and I hate that people feel the need to act like it isn't problematic because, oh, a black person says something rude or mean on the comments. Yeah, now black people do this all the mother effing time. There are a lot of white creators who are attacked on how they dress, how they look, their weight, by other white women, by their white audience, and that's fine, but you're not going to go there and say, oh, then you should not have white friends, because that would be stupid. That would be dumb. Obviously, you can just choose the white friends who aren't like that, because individuality exists in any race, in any tribe, in anything you can think of. And people saying, oh, after seeing the comments, I wouldn't fuck her. I'm sorry, but people saying they do not want to have black friends because they assume all black people are rude and mean, to me, that is problematic. I do not give a damn how you feel. That is problematic to me. Black people are not a monolith. The F. Somebody says, why would she want any POC friends when literally all the disgusting hate comments picking on her body and making a joke out of her are POC, particularly women of color, which I think is crazy, to be honest. No, it's not crazy. Women of color do not have to be perfect on the internet. They're going to be mean women of color. We do not all have to prove we are the most supportive people on earth in order for women of color who are individuals to be respected as individuals. Do you understand, Budimancha? That is not fair. That is not a fair thing to put on black people or to put on people of color. We do not all have to be the one group of people on TikTok. We are all nice and we are all supportive and we do not all attack others. No, people of all races attack people on TikTok. That is not a woman of color thing to do. If somebody doesn't want people of color as friends, that is fine. And some people don't have friends who are people of color. It's just a coincidence where they grew up and all of that mess. Nobody has to want people of color as friends, and people don't have to have people of color as friends. The same way people of color don't have to be friends with people who aren't people of color. That all goes together. It should not be influenced by you choosing to lump people of color in together. That is just you choosing to discriminate. People using the fact that they were bullied as a reason to write people of color off, to me that is problematic. Tell me how you feel. Maybe you disagree. Tell me how you feel in the comment section. Just wear your tennis outfit. Okay, I agree with this to an extent, and it's because I'm lazy. I would wear a tennis outfit. I would, but that is just me cheating. That is just me not wanting to think a lot. But if she chose these outfits because she likes them, I am fine with it. Ali, who looks to be a woman of color, who looks to be a black woman, say, Helly, you should wear whatever you are comfortable in. See, there is a black woman who does not think she should wear anything she isn't comfortable in. She's not going to count in this case because people want to see women of color as a monolith. I promise you, all the ones that aren't going to count. Nobody's going to say, oh no, what about the ones who are supportive, who are being proper, who are giving her sound advice? No, they aren't going to count. Unfortunately, when it comes to women of color, the worst of us is all of us. And that sucks.
It's the